with some very sad breaking news. The 1966 World Cup winning hero, Sir Bobby Charlton, has died at the age of 86. Of course, Sir Bobby is recognised as one of the greatest British football players of all time. He was diagnosed in 2020 and was very ill with advanced dementia. He was, of course, known as an attacking midfielder, a central midfielder, a left winger, and famously, of course, he started his career with Manchester United and went on to win the World Cup for England in 1966. He had a 17-year career with 758 games played and 249 goals, both long-standing records until Ryan Giggs eventually broke it. Sir Bobby Charlton has died at the age of 86. We have a statement from his family which reads, "It is with great sadness that we share the news that Sir Bobby passed peacefully in the early hours of Saturday morning. He was surrounded by his family." His family would like to pass on their thanks to everyone who has contributed to his care and for the many people who have loved and supported him. We would request that the family's privacy be respected at this time. Well, of course, I also mentioned that he played for Manchester United. That's where he started his career. And they have also released a statement today which reads, "The club is in mourning. Sir Bobby was a hero to millions, not just in Manchester or the United Kingdom, but wherever football is played around the world. He was admired as much for his sportsmanship and integrity as he was for his outstanding qualities as a footballer. Sir Bobby will always be remembered as a giant of the game." And a giant, of course, for Manchester United, for the England team. He was, of course, one of only two of the England World Cup winners still alive, the other being Sir Geoffrey Hirst, of course. He was a survivor of the Munich air disaster, aged just 20, and, of course, then went on to win the World Cup. Let's bring in our sports correspondent, Rob Harris. He joins me live now. And Rob, incredibly sad news, not just for the footballing world, for Manchester United, for England, but for England and people around the world who knew and loved Sir Bobby Charlton.
Yes, Sir Bobby Charlton really was a gentleman of English football, known for his exploits on the pitch and his charity work as well off it, involved in landmine activism as well. But for so many, he was there on English football's greatest day in 1966, the World Cup final, where he actually sacrificed a leading role to allow the team to thrive. Of course, a day remembered for Geoff Hirst's hat-trick, but really Bobby Charlton was at the heartbeat of the team that beat West Germany for what remains England's only football World Cup success. And of course, he was also there on one of English football's darkest days, on the Munich runway in 1958, as Manchester United were returning from a European Cup journey, and the plane crashed in the Munich snow and 23 people died, including 8 teammates. And that was a moment that in him, he was really struck by the tragedy and the sense of surviving such a moment, but it really inspired him to lead the rebirth of Manchester United. It had been a team destined for greatness, and they went on to win the European Cup in 1968. But for many, Bobby Charlton will be one of the greatest players ever to have played the